Hey everybody, I'm going to do a review of this EPAuto compressor that you can get off of Amazon, and I'm going to do this review out here in the field. I just came back from the Foothills Trailhead in Mount Hood National Forest, and if you're interested in seeing more about that, I'm going to post a video right there so that you can go check that out. But now back to the EPAuto. So as you can see, it comes in a nice little bag here. That's great for carrying it. I keep it under my front driver's seat here in my Jeep. It's great. And then it comes and you can take it out of this bag. So I've pulled everything out of the bag. You've got the compressor here. You've got some attachments in case you want to inflate basketballs, or you've got floaties. I've used it to inflate some floaties. And it comes with one-page instructions, pretty straightforward, not much to it. As you can see here, it's got this tube that you use to connect up to whatever you're trying to inflate. And then it's got the power cord that you plug into your car. And then this yellow button here that you use to turn it on. It's also got a light, which I haven't really used. And I'll show you what you do is you set the pressure that you want your tires inflated to, and it just runs until it can inflate the tire. My tires are currently at 20 psi. I need to inflate them up to 36. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up and let it run, and then you can see how long it takes for it to run. So you can see I got it all hooked up there, ready to go. Got it plugged into my car's console so that to power it up, and I got the car running so it doesn't drain my battery. So what you can do is, you see here, it's showing what is the current PSI of my tire. I'm going to go ahead and set it to 37. Actually, I'm going to set it to 36, which is what my car should be set to. Turn it on, and it will inflate the tire to that pressure. I'm also going to have a stopwatch going so you all can see how long it takes to actually inflate the tire. And it's kind of hard to see it because I got sunlight going, but I'm going to go ahead and start this up. Start the clock, and we'll see how long it takes. So there you go, about 7.5 minutes to go from 20 psi to 36 psi. Pressure gauge is saying 36.5, and I noticed when I hooked it up before it was saying 15. So I'm going to take my trusty Boulder Tools deflator, tire deflators, which came with a nice pressure gauge. I'll put a review for that as well up here, and I'm going to see what this says the pressure is versus what the EPAuto compressor says. Now, one thing is that even though it cut off, you have to remember to actually turn it off so that when you hook it up for the next tire that you don't blow the circuit breaker. So my Boulder Tools tire pressure gauge tells me that it's actually up at 40. So seems like the pressure gauge on the EPAuto isn't the most sensitive, but 7.5 minutes for one tire. Let me go ahead and inflate the other 4, and then I'll give a final wrap up. So one other thing to note, as I'm getting ready to move this over to hook it up to the next tire to try to inflate it, one tire, this thing is already pretty hot. So I'm a little worried about it overheating, but let's go ahead and do the other 3 tires and see if it can handle it. Alright, let's get it screwed on to the next tire here. And now it's saying 16, so I'm going to go ahead and kick it on. And we'll let that run and get this tire pumped up. Alright, there we go. That one took about 7 minutes as well, showing a pressure 36.5. I'm going to go ahead and switch it off. Let's unhook it. put the tire pressure gauge on it and see what it says. Tire pressure's at So yeah, it seems like the pressure gauge on this EPAuto is a little suspect. This one is also showing 3940. I also checked the TPM S system in my Jeep. It also says the pressure is about 3940. So even though the EPAuto says it's doing it up to 36, looks like it's doing a little bit of overpressure beyond what it's setting. So 2 more tires to go. Let's see if this thing can handle it. So we've checked the tire pressure after it gets done inflating it, but let's check the tire pressure before we hook it up and see what the pressure gauge says. Pressure gauge says 20. Let's connect up the EPAuto, see what it says. Okay, got that hooked up. EPAuto is saying 16, so yeah, this pressure gauge is a little off. So let's go ahead and get this one going. Should take about 7 minutes. Yep, and that thing is good and hot, so hopefully it'll make it. Okay, there we go. 3 down, 1 to go. Let me go ahead and unhook this. Move it over to the other tire, and then I'll give you my final review. All right, 4th and final tire. So this is what I was a little bit afraid of. If you can see, that tire pressure gauge says 24.5 and it cut off. So it's overheated. So I'm gonna have to unhook it, allow it to cool off. Oh yeah, that's hot. And see if they can finish up this 4th tire. Alright, so I let it cool off for 10 minutes and we're back in business. And it is pumping up the tire again. So let's see if it can complete the job, or am I going to have to unhook it and let it cool off one more time. So there you have it. Real life usage of the EPAuto compressor from Amazon. The good, it's small, compact, cheap. The bad, it takes about 7 to 8 minutes per tire. It can't actually inflate all 4 tires without overheating. So it's going to take about 30-40 minutes to air up all your tires, but you get what you pay for. So overall for me, it works great. I got more time than I've got money, so this was nice and cheap. It's small. I don't use it that often, just sometimes when I'm out in Mount Hood or the Tillamook National Forest and I want to air down my tires. Then once I'm done, I spend another half an hour, 40 minutes before I head home, air them back up. Works great for me. So hopefully you all found this useful and helpful. Please subscribe to my channel, like my video down below, and if you've got any comments, your experience with the EPAuto, if you got a recommendation on a better compressor that's in the same price range, please let me know. Thanks.